pensieri e pensieri, nuovo e etica del pensiero e pensiero, segni, simboli, concezione del bello contemporaneo, il bague è fatto di questi ingredienti.
There is a thought that endlessly moves and circles to meet itself everywhere.
A jewel is a synthesis of beauty, emotions, aesthetic values, and vibrations.
I come from Cassino, a small country town, where the presence of a medieval monastery influences my own appreciation of the aesthetic codes. Arriving in Florence, I discovered another kind of beauty.
La Nouvelle Bague was born with color. We created a new process of enameling that permits us to obtain hues typical of Florence. A range of purples, which is the symbolic color of Florence, violets, and the range of lilac. In 1976, a young company was born in Florence with its head office in Corso dei Tintori. It was Leah and Leopoldo Poli's desire to create a company of an international standard, able to convey their perception of beauty. This is also a company that was built and stands on a happy marriage. Leah and Leopoldo have had a successful partnership for over 30 years. They create for those who are considered a niche market, who like beauty according to an unusual aesthetic code. Momenti is our magazine that we have proudly printed for the last 20 years. Through it, we are able to communicate aesthetic values of a new perception. Momenti aims to communicate the inspiration and the origin of the symbols and signs that intrigue our minds and permit us to produce contemporary jewels. Making contemporary design means being able to capture symbols from the present. Our jewels are the contemporary interpretation of a beauty formed with stimulus and fusions from different worlds and cultures. The Indian sari with the colors of the Della Robbia, Philip Stark, Frank Ogieri, and, of course, the famous Leon Battista Alberti. All influence our work. We use signs to tell our personal history of beauty. Materials and thoughts, thoughts and materials. We fashion precious materials such as gold, diamonds, and pearls. Thought take shape through the use of signs and symbols.
I have never doubted the truth of signs. They are the only things that man has to orientate himself through time.
The collection of La Nouvelle bague are like streams of feelings. Our most famous collection is probably the Metropolitan New Baroque. It reflects architecture, ethnic emblems, art. Our rigid bracelets, in which we like to insert today's signs, are totems of our time. The most classic of the La Nouvelle bague collections is I Fiori. This is the one that probably best communicates Florence and our Florentine origins. The purple and lilac, the violet, and also the light blues of our seas and skies. This collection certainly contains the most typical elements of our creativity. Letters evoke the perfection and the search of what is sacred, rather than letters that communicate rationality. A world of signs and symbols that is hybridized with the magic of Semitic alphabets.
My home is rich in stimulus. The place where I work is a magic one, as it is a witness to a time of great history. The jewels that I produce are, in their way, a summary of these thoughts and emotions. I cannot imagine a life where work is something separate from everything else. Life and the work are a combination that fuse together. They influence and melt into each other. All this evokes emotions and new processes of the perception of beauty. I really enjoy creating, and I would like to share my work more and more with all our friends who have an appreciative eye for what we create.